This is the beginning of what I believe is called the Enchanted Trail. This comes out of Buena Vista, Virginia, turns into gravel and heads to Robinson Gap. So I don't know how much of the road is gravel and how much of it's dirt. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. So coming out of Buena Vista, you get on Route 607, and that turns into Robinson Gap Road, and that's the gravel trail we're on right now. It leads for probably 6 or 7 miles until you get closer to the Blue Ridge Parkway, which we're getting ready to see here in a second. So this trail takes you out of Buena Vista and brings you up to the Blue Ridge Parkway. And right underneath. All right, once you get down at you pass the Blue Ridge Parkway, you come past the Appalachian Trail. You go down about another half mile and you get to where Enchanted Creek starts. And then there's a little turn off to the right off of 607. And this goes up and then parallels the Blue Ridge Parkway for a little while. And then you pop right back up on the parkway. And so we'll see how it goes. Start with a little crossing of Enchanted Creek. Once you cross Enchanted Creek, you start to climb up towards the Blue Ridge Parkway. The path is pretty well traveled, it's plenty wide. It's mainly just dirt with some rocky sections, and there are some small stream crossings that you kind of have to go along the way. Nothing too difficult. You know, we stayed in 4 high with the sway bar disconnected the whole time without any issues at all. So it was a pretty nice scenic drive. Like I said, you're going uphill most of the time. And then once you get up toward the Blue Ridge Parkway, you get into and you start heading back down into some of the valleys and coming back up. There are some pretty significant off-camber sections. Just something to think about as you're moving through. You got to pick your lines really carefully because it can get pretty tippy in certain areas. So this was the tunnel that I was told about that crosses underneath the Blue Ridge Parkway. So looks like there are a couple Jeeps getting out of our way. Hey guys, how are you?
Doing very well.
Good. There's just two of us. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you all take care.
You too.
So it looks like the creek actually runs straight through the tunnel as we come out on the other side. Pretty neat. All right, from here, we started getting into some sections where the water had kind of cut the trail quite a bit, and there's some pretty significant ruts. We decided to straddle most of them because they were fairly deep along the side. But like I said earlier, just got to pick your line right. And even though the Jeep may feel awkward, it's a whole lot more stable than you think it is going down. You just got to take it easy, nice and slow, and just hold your line, straddle those ruts the best that you can, and stay out, and that'll keep you from tipping on your side some. So like I said, it feels a whole lot worse than it actually is. All right, at this part of the trail, you can start to find some dispersed campsites along the trail. We're getting closer to the running along the Blue Ridge Parkway, so there's some pretty good access to this point, and every once in a while we'll see a clearing where you can go ahead and set up camp for the night if it's something that you're interested in on this part of the trail. All right, in this part of the trail, we're climbing back up toward the Blue Ridge Parkway. We do see some softer mud sections. The trail does get pretty rutted out in certain areas and gets pretty narrow, and there's some technical lines that you have to pick. If we've had a good rain or it's supposed to rain, this trail could be pretty nasty because it's all clay, and it could get super slippery as you're trying to climb up through here, especially if it had been raining for a while or if it's projected to rain that day. You just might want to take that weather into consideration as you're moving through. Otherwise, I mean, it was a fairly easy trail. It was a nice change from the last one that we did. Not as much rocks, so it was a little easier to traverse without being pounded to death along the way. So highly recommend it if you guys get out that way.
once you come down off the mountain, you're going to make a left on the Forest Road 317A. You kind of don't have much choice, but it does bear to the left on Gaia or any of the other maps. And then this will take you back up to the gate that sends you back to the Blue Ridge Parkway. So it looks like, you know, for us, the trail took us about an hour and 10 minutes from start to finish, and it's pretty cool. Different from yesterday, or different from the day that we did Bald Mountain. There's a little bit of mix of dry dirt trails, some rocks, a bunch of little water and creek crossings, just a little bit of mud, but nothing too much. Just another cool trail here in Central Virginia in the George Washington National Forest. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you like what we're doing, please like and subscribe so that you can be notified of the next video. Thanks.